So about that Panthers Saints game yesterday, man, that shit was terrible, bro. Imagine waiting 6 months for NFL season to start for your favorite team to play their week 1 game, and then they put on a performance like that. Get trounced 47-10 against the Saints. That might have been the worst game in Panthers franchise history by far. That game was 100 times worse than the Bengals game, from a couple years ago, in which Joe Mixon scored 5 touchdowns on us. 100 times worse than the 49ers game from 2019, in which we lost like 50-14. All around, it was just bad and terrible. Like I don't even know where to begin. Nobody played well that game. Everybody on the team stunk up the joint. From Bryce to the coaches to the offense to the defense, it was just terrible all around. I could. It was very. It was very easy to foresee how this game was going to go after the first quarter. It really was. I think the first drive of the game, we kicked it off. The Saints had the ball. They go downfield, score a touchdown, 59-yard bomb to Rashid Shaheed. J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn, I think that touchdown's going to count against him, but he was expecting safety help. So that was a clear miscommunication on the defense. But you have that play. Hey, Mom. No. Okay. My apologies. Where was I? Oh, yeah, so you had the Rashid Shaheed touchdown for 59 yards, score 7-0. And then from there, we get the ball. First play on offense, first throw of the season, interception. Bryce, I love you. I like you. We can't be doing that, bro. You get the ball on offense, in the first play, the game's an interception. We can't be doing that. We absolutely can't. So then they go down the field, score. It's 10-0. You don't do anything on offense. They get the ball. They go down. They score. It's 17-0 by the end of the first quarter. And then it just kept on snowballing and snowballing and snowballing from there. It ended up being 30-0 at halftime. That Bengals game from a couple years ago, we were down 35-0. It was so bad. The game was so bad in both those games. I was wondering, are we really gonna end up giving up 50 points or 60 points? Thankfully, we didn't end up giving up 50 points or 60 points in either of those games, but that's how bad that game was. Down 30-0 at halftime. Well, not 30-0. 30-3 at halftime. And then from there, the game just kept on getting worse and worse and worse. Rice stunk up the joint. He was 13-30, 161 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 bad interceptions. It's year 2, Bryce. You can't be doing that. You can't be having stinkers like that. You can't be having repeat performances in which you're putting up ugly stat lines like that. And if you start doing that in Bank of America Stadium at home games, you're gonna start getting booed. Simple as that. So you gotta play better. It's year 2. You can't be missing. You can't be overthrowing guys. You can't be missing throws. Even the guys on the broadcast commentary, they were getting on him. Mark Schlereth, he was ripping him for some of the throws that he made. He had 6 overthrows. One to Chuba Hubbard, and they were on scramble drills. Scramble drills, they're supposed to be the plays that you make money on, Bryce. You can't be having overthrows on those type of plays. He had an overthrow. He overthrew Chuba Hubbard on one play. Overthrew Deontay Johnson on that interception, that first interception, and then on a ball toward the sideline. Overthrew Adam Thielen. I think he had an overthrow to Jonathan Mingo and an overthrow to what's his face? To Xavier Legette late in the game in the fourth quarter. So it was just an all around bad performance by Bryce. The thing I was more discouraged about watching that game, I was more discouraged from what I saw from the defense and what I saw from the offense in Bryce. Run defense, tackling, coverage, fundamentals, the pass rush, it just wasn't there. I don't know what the defensive game plan was, but Evero, as good as we gas up Evero, the defensive game plan I don't think was good enough. It obviously wasn't good enough. You ended up giving up 47 points, 30 points at halftime. Defense got ran over. That was supposed to be improvement that we made in the offseason. The run defense. That obviously wasn't the case yesterday. Gave up 180 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Kamara had a field day. Jamal Williams had a field day. Derek Carr had a field day. He made Derek Carr look like prime Peyton Manning. That's not good. I'm tired of losing to Derek Carr. He's 5-0 against us. Derek Carr of all people. He's obviously not thought of as one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Every time he's played against us, we make him look good. So, missed assignments, missed tackles, fundamentals were just not there for the defense. That was more discouraging than what I saw from the offense. Special teams, we had a punt blocked. And you almost gave up a touchdown return to Shaheed again. So overall, it was just a bad performance by the team. So, and now that they're gonna fly back to Charlotte and hear about it for the next 6 days until next Sunday, when they have their home opener against the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. The quickest way for folks to forget about this week 1 game that they just had, this stinker, this worst game in Panthers franchise history, they got to win that game. And you know with Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try and run the ball. So run defense, y'all got to tighten up. That was unacceptable. From a pass rushing standpoint, the pass rush wasn't there. They probably got like 2 pressures all game long. Ikula Yota had 1 sack. That was the only sack of the game. Clowney on the sidelines getting frustrated and shit. Yeah, it was just a all-time bad performance. I think yesterday you can chalk up yesterday's performance as a team that didn't play their starters in the preseason until the third game, but it's clear and obvious they should have played. Everybody should have played in the preseason. The starters included, Bryce included, guys on the defense included. They should have played all 3 games. Now Canales is going to get criticized for how he approached the preseason, having the guys play the third game and then play one series. How I would have approached it, I would have had everybody play. Like game 1 against the Patriots, I would have had the starters play the whole first quarter. Game 2 against the Jets, after the joint practices, I would have had the backups in, and then the third preseason game we had against the Bills, I would have had the starters play the whole entire first half. Offense, defense, it was just out of sync, and that's probably a result of how they approached the preseason. So now, hopefully, Canales, learns from this. Bryce, my guy, we can't be having those performances. It's year 2. You gotta start hitting those throws. 6 overthrows to those guys. We can't be having that. Like, you know how embarrassing it is to wait 6 months, get all hyped about kickoff week 1, and then see your team put up a stinker like that? Fantasy football wise, I didn't do good. I think before the 8 o'clock game last night between the Lions and the Rams, I had 50 points in fantasy. Wait, no, it was before the 4 p.m. kickoffs that I had 50 points in fantasy. I had Marvin Harrison on my fantasy team. He had 1 catch for 4 yards. J.K. Dobbins had 10 carries, 135 yards, a touchdown, put up 22 fantasy points. Now I got to think about taking him out the lineup for next week. But yeah, my opponent that I'm facing, he has McCaffrey playing tonight, so chalk that up as a L. Another L. And I tried flipping I tried flipping $10 into 2,000. I ended up with 0. Marvin Harrison had 1 catch for 4 yards the whole entire game. I had the Bengals beating the Patriots. They obviously did not beat the Patriots, which I am very surprised about. Ja'Marr Chase didn't do anything that game either. Didn't put up a touchdown like I thought he would. Like, the game from yesterday was just so bad, I couldn't even turn around and laugh at other teams, such as the Falcons, for stinking up the joint in their game. So, all around, just a shitty game from the Panthers yesterday. The worst game in Panthers franchise history. They have today to look at the film, see what went wrong. A lot of things went wrong. Make improvements, and then hopefully get ready for the Chargers and try and win that game. It might be the first team in NFL history to get eliminated from playoff contention after week 1 with how bad they played. It was just an all-around terrible game.